we're going to work on our cake donuts. I'm going to show you. This recipe was inspired by Mommy's Home Cooking. Now that's a blog by a lady named Oriana Romero. Again, very, very talented lady, gone through a lot of hard work. Now she came up with a nice recipe for eggless cake donuts, which I've adapted. I'm going to take about 140 grams of all-purpose flour and then add in about 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder, quarter teaspoon baking soda, 50 grams of caster sugar, and then we're going to sift all the dry ingredients together until they are well combined. Next, we're going to work on I'm going to take about 3/4 cup of full cream milk. That's 180 ml. I'm going to add in about 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I used distilled white vinegar instead of an apple cider. I'm going to let this stand for about 5 minutes or so until it curdles, and then you have a buttermilk essentially. Next, I'm going to take about 57 grams of melted butter and then add about 1/3 of the dry ingredients into the butter and then half the buttermilk. Now this is very important so that you get the right consistency for a cake donut. Keep on repeating this process until everything is finished and you get the right consistency basically. And then you're going to add in some red food coloring and some vanilla extract. And you're going to bring this to a nice consistency over here as I've shown you until it's ready to pipe. Now if it's too thin, you may put it in the fridge for a while. So what I'm going to do now is get my donut pan ready. Now this is very, very important. You can't do a cake donut if you don't have this kind of a pan. Grease your donut pan and sift your flour inside of it. You're going to shake off the excess flour and then you're going to start piping your cake donut into the pans and fill them up nice and evenly as possible. You're going to bake this at about 180 degrees Celsius, which is about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. Fan ovens 165 degrees, 329 degrees Fahrenheit, or gas mark 3. The time for that will be about 12 to 15 minutes. So after that, you're going to let that cool first for about 10 minutes. And then you're going to take your cake donuts out and start preparing your glaze. Now again, the glaze here is inspired by somebody really, really amazing whom I found on the net. A lot of people will probably be following him, and that's the Preppy Kitchen account, Mr. John Kanell. And he prepares these really amazing recipes. I'm going to take about 56 to 57 grams of softened plain cream cheese. I use Philadelphia basically, and I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon of butter. I like salted, and I'm going to beat that until it's nice and light and fluffy. Then I'm going to sift in my icing sugar. I have about 1 cup of icing sugar, and it's really important that you sift it because you want a nice fine glaze. You're going to again stir it thoroughly with a whisk or a blender until it becomes nice and soft as shown here. Next, you're going to add in a drop of vanilla essence as well as a little bit of milk to adjust the consistency. Now you're going to dip your donuts into the glaze and then decorate it how you like. I chose to use those red hot sprinkles that I found in Dubai. It's a really funny story. I knew that I'm going to be making these soon, so I just decided to splurge and buy this. Here are my egg-free bread donuts, and here are my egg-free cake donuts all ready to go. And once again, I would like to thank whoever inspired these recipes. Chef Sanjay Lama Tamang from Nepal for the recipe of the eggless bread donuts. Miss Oriana Romero from Mommy's Home Cooking for the eggless recipes of cake donuts. And Mr. John Kanell from Preppy Kitchen for the recipe of cream cheese glaze. God bless you three and keep up the great work. Lots of love to you guys. And to the rest of you, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another wonderful recipe.